Running a grocery store is definitely not an easy thing to do because the business of food retailing is built upon extremely thin profit margins and problems like shoplifting, supply chain disruptions, mergers and acquisitions, or antitrust complaints can drive an entire chain that has operated for decades or even hundreds of years out of business. Supermarkets continue to capture a larger share of the market, and online platforms offer consumers everything they want without leaving their homes. In this video, we will talk about 12 famous grocery stores in US that filed for bankruptcy. But before that, please like, subscribe, and click the bell button for the latest economic updates. Now let's get started. 1. Alpha Beta. As the country's first modern supermarket chain, Alpha Beta is well known. In Pomona, California, in 19th, Albert and Hugh Gerard's butcher shop served as the company's first location. Customers didn't know where to find the products they wanted, so the brothers decided to organize the store in alphabetical order, which quickly became a huge success and led the Gerards to change the name of their market to Alpha Beta in 1990. The chain quickly spread across the nation, and in 1961 it merged with American stores to expand. Initially, the brothers allowed customers to get their own groceries rather than having clerks retrieve them, a novel format at the time. 2. Kohl's. The Kohl's brand was founded in Milwaukee in 1927 by Polish immigrant Maxwell Kohl. The younger generation may not be aware of this. As time went on, Karl expanded his company to become not only the biggest supermarket chain in Milwaukee, but also to include pharmacy, liquor stores, and clothing retailers. In the late 1990s, cars were sold to a division of the British American Tobacco Company, but its owner, the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company, terminated the grocery division in 2003. 3. Apple Tree. In Texas in the 1980s, Market R Poultry Market was a widely recognized supermarket chain. It was owned by Safeway, which at the time had a lot of debt and was compelled to sell off some of its businesses to avoid going out of business in 1989. Despite being a customer favorite for more than 10 years, the remaining stores were sold and rebranded as Apple Tree. A strike called in 1992 after Apple Tree was desperately trying to cut costs and asked workers to accept pay cuts, and the loss of health insurance was ultimately what caused the company to go bankrupt, according to Houston Historic Retail. The company had major corporate issues, and renovation plans were abandoned. It actually emerged from bankruptcy in 1993, and a few locations persisted until 2009, but as local competition grew stronger over time, the grocery chain was forced to permanently close its doors. 4. Buttery Food. After 68 years in business, Albertsons acquired the company in 1998, and a few years later, the Buttery Food brand was phased out. This supermarket chain first appeared on the scene in the 1930s as the department store based in Montana at the time. Back then, it was known as the Buttery Department Store. 5. Dominic's Finer Foods. Dominic DeMario, who founded the business, personally hand-selected the merchandise for the store's shelves from greengrocers and other vendors. After the passing of its owner, this supermarket chain's original headquarters were in Chicago. Fisher Foods initially purchased the business, but Dominic DeMatteo Jr. later purchased it back from Fisher. This is when the chain really took off, adding numerous divisions and opening stores across the country. The family sold Dominic's to Ukapa Businesses and Safeway after DeMatteo Jr. died in 1993, but the new management replaced the beloved store brands with Safeway brands. One blog discovered 435 expired products at the store, some of which dated back to 2008. Believe it or not, Dominic's was sued by Michael Jordan after that, and Safeway eliminated the remaining stores, which led to the chain's demise. It ended with special orders in 2011. 6. Double 8 Foods. Double 8 Foods, based in Indianapolis, was a crucial business for the area, which was deemed a food desert. The name was a reference to the day the chain opened on August 8th, and the anniversary of its owners, Ilana and Isaiah Koopperstein, but in 2015, Double 8 ran out of money, forcing the family-run chain to close. The Indianapolis Star spoke to several customers who were concerned about where they could go shopping next. The owners wanted the chain to continue, but they didn't have. 7. Eagle Food Centers. Eagle Food Centers was once a well-known brand throughout the Midwest. The grocery store was a reputable household name for almost a century and began business in 1893 with dozens of stores in Illinois and Iowa. However, its small operations were destroyed by the emergence of larger chains with lower labor costs and economies of scale. Eagle Food Centers filed for bankruptcy in 2000, and by 2003, all of its stores were closed. 8. Food Fair. The first food fair was held in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, in the 1920s. With about 500 stores, the grocer eventually rose to become one of the top 5 grocery chains in the country, with the majority of its establishments located in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. By 1985, the food fair had reached Florida and, at one point, a few outposts in California. Prior to disappearing from the retail grocery landscape and being rebranded as Pantry Pride, Food Fair introduced a number of innovations that quickly gained popularity, such as electronic registers that could scan UPCs and discount grocery stores. 9. Genuardi's. The Genuardi family founded the chain of supermarkets, which is currently operated by them. It opened a number of supermarkets across the northeastern United States, but after Safeway bought the company in 2000, things started to go south. Sales for Genuardi fell precipitously in the years that followed, and by 2015, all of its stores had been shut down. 10. Grand Union. In the northeast of the United States, Grand Union stores were once numerous, but fierce competition caused the grocery to file for bankruptcy in 2001 when it was acquired by C&S Wholesale Grocers. In 2012, the new parent company decided to sell stores to Tops Friendly Markets after realizing a year earlier that it would be unable to save the brand. But when it became clear that the Grand Union chain would not be profitable after a few months, the new owner completely stopped operations. 11. Henry's. This grocery store chain was first established in 1943 by Henry and Jazzy Boney as a fruit stand in La Mesa, an area east of San Diego. The business expanded so quickly that its owners were forced to sell the location in order to manage another chain of convenience stores they were operating at the time. However, their sons went back into the grocery business in the 1970s and started Windmill Farms, which later changed its name to Bonus. In 1997, the brothers renamed the chain. In 2007, the Boney family launched the Sprouts chain in Arizona, 2 years after selling Henry's to Wild Oats Market in the early 2000s. Whole Foods bought Wild Oats and sold the Henry's division to Smart & Final. The Boney struck a deal with the owners of Smart & Final which guaranteed Sprouts and Henry's would merge. Eventually, all Henry's stores were rebranded to Sprouts so that the Boney family could strengthen the company's position in the market. 12. Hinky Dinky. The supermarket chain was founded in Omaha in 1925 as the main rival to the Piggly Wiggly chain. Hinky Dinky introduced innovations that gave rise to the modern supermarket, such as automated doors and checkouts, wheeled grocery carts, and the storage of meat and other frozen goods in refrigerator and freezer cases for self-access by customers. Additionally, Hinky Dinky was the first supermarket where customers could withdraw cash from an ATM machine. Regrettably, poor management led to the chain's demise. So, what's your takeaway from this video? Let us know in the comments section below. If you found this video thrilling, make sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.